Proceedings in India, whether it be in the court, whether it be in parliament, or even in media panels, their live telecast is seen as a sign of transparency. Did the Mamata Banerjee government have something to hide, which is why she was not keen on having a live telecast of all things? Clearly, is that the only was that a sticking point? Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you. You know, the medical profession has grown by leaps and bounds, and technology has progressed by leaps and bounds. But unfortunately, there is still no medicine for illiteracy. I categorically wants to say this, that when the case is investigated by the CBI, it is in the Supreme Court where the government of West Bengal is a party. When the government of West Bengal is a party to the case, there, outside the bounds of the Supreme Court, the Chief Minister of the state cannot have an open meeting with the other
Dr. Riju Dutta, see, I cannot allow conflation of issues. What the Supreme Court is looking at is the probe into what happened in Arjikar Hospital a month ago. What the doctors are demanding are further steps. Those are not things which are necessarily directly within the Supreme Court's ambit.
Have you seen the
and even if that was the answer, you could have just called the doctors, given into the demands, calmed them down and said that, listen, we can only proffer you this much. Beyond that, it is in the ambit of the courts.
Ritanshu, I'm sure your channel has the communication that was sent by the Chief Secretary to the Junior Doctors Forum. There it is clearly mentioned that even the Chief Minister in the press conference has clearly said that there were 3 cameras present to videotape the entire procedure, the entire discussion that would have taken place. And if the junior doctors wanted, that entire videotape would have been given to them or could have been submitted in the Supreme Court. That is being very made clear like water. But again, I will tell you, I have no answer why a live stream is more important than the Hippocratic Oath. I sincerely do not have an answer. I, as my Chief Minister, will beg with my hands.
I don't think it's a question of priorities anymore, Dr. Riju Dutta. It's a question about who can be the bigger person at this point. The fact still remains that there is a massive credibility crisis right now, which is with the Trinamool Congress government. Let's accept the fact. Otherwise, 3 of your MPs would have not come out in criticism. Given the fact that there's in terms of optically, there's a massive credibility crisis with the government. The government, I feel, in my opinion, should have gone the extra mile, even if it's a step which you feel is unwarranted, just to calm down sentiments and show that you're ready to talk. Meanwhile, speaking of statements which perhaps might not be in the right sense, let's listen to what the West Bengal governor has now said. He said that he will socially boycott the Chief Minister, if that makes sense. Let's play that out.
जब तक बंगाल के लोगों को न्याय नहीं मिल जाता, जब तक दोषियों को गिरफ्तार करने के लिए कार्यवाही नहीं हो जाती, जब तक लोगों को यकीन नहीं हो जाता है कि न्याय हुआ है, मैं राज्यपाल तौर पर इंतजार नहीं कर सकता। इसलिए मैं संकल्प लेता हूं कि मैं मुख्यमंत्री का सामाजिक बहिष्करण करूंगा, सामाजिक बहिष्करण, social boycott of the Chief Minister.
Now, I would genuinely like to ask my viewers whether that statement of socially boycotting a Chief Minister achieves anything or not at this point. That verdict is up for now. But for now, at least, if there's one thing we can take from this debate, it is the fact that right now, both sides could perhaps step out of their stands and look at the larger picture. Yes, doctors are suffering, but the very reason why doctors picked up the profession, the patients are also suffering. It's a decision which should not be either or, and I'm sure a decision should and could be worked out at this point. Raj Chaudhary, Dr. Riju Dutta, Dr. Ishwar Gilada, and also Dr. Bibu Anand, thank you so much for joining us on this special edition of the Urban Debate.